Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again. Hello, Mitul. Let's start with the question. How are you?
I am good. It's an exciting week. The news is keeping us excited all the time, maybe too much.
True, true.
Um, and just back from a flu, so yeah, good to be back. How are you?
Nice to see you again. I'm good. I'm fine, but you're absolutely right. There are so many news and so many happenings in the moment that I'm not sure in which direction, to turn around and to do the things. So it's okay. But yeah, lots of things are happening. And of course, around social networks, the things are happening as well. And this is exactly the topic that we want to discuss today. But before we go into that deep and interesting topic, let us introduce ourselves. Would you like to start, Mitu?
All right. I'm Mitul, founder and CEO of Refive, and on a mission to make retail as exciting as the news nowadays are.
Even more exciting.
Even more
I
exciting.
I learned that you have a new product actually, which is really focused on the customer loyalty. Give us a couple of words about that.
Yeah. So our original core product, Refive, is to help retailers directly to interact with customers better in the store, to capture data, and to personalize the in-store experience through touch points that are present in the store, from the digital receipt through the store concierge, product touch points, etc. And one of the pains we've seen now in the last few years is that a lot of retailers, especially in the small to mid segment, don't have a good way to reward customers for loyalty, right? So they're building their businesses. Some are doing really well, 5, 6, 7 stores, but doing a proper loyalty and marketing towards their customers is complicated, right? What do you need? Of course, you have your POS. Then you go get a loyalty software. Then you go get a marketing system, etc., etc. You need a team to take care of everything. And we said this doesn't make sense. Why can't it all just be part of the POS? So we spoke to a lot of POS companies, and they all said, well, it's because we focus on building POS. There's so much to do here, right? There's fiscalization, which is a massive topic. There's all the operational elements, there's accounting. We don't want to get into the marketing side. We don't make marketing software, we make operational software. So I said, okay, great. We make marketing software. That is our strength. What if we gave you a loyalty module that you can plug into your POS, brand it as your own solution, and start offering it to your customers? That's basically what Avian is. It's a white label loyalty and marketing automation platform that any SaaS company in the world can basically plug in. It takes 4 to 6 weeks to do the full integration and white labeling. And then basically after that, without any real upfront cost, they're in a position to start offering all of their customers a full loyalty and marketing platform. And
I
that's
think
what
this is very interesting. I'm totally sure. A couple of years ago, we were looking for one of the customers, one of the big retailers, for the customer loyalty solutions. And they didn't want to buy the big solutions, which are the part of the big platforms and so on, because they needed just the basic functionalities. And it was so hard to find a solution which was flexible enough, easy enough to integrate, and simple to use for the retailer and for the end user. So I'm sure this is absolutely great strategy to create that kind of solution. Thank you for your introduction. Let me introduce myself. I'm Darko. I'm the CEO of the company doing all those crazy tax things for the retailers. So basically, we are fiscal solutions. That's the name that we have. And we are focusing on the fiscalization around the globe. Complex issue, complex topic. Nobody likes it, of course, because it's a kind of forcing the retailers to work on a certain way. But it can be very interesting and in many cases very challenging as well from the technical point of view and from the business point of view as well. Yeah, so you are watching today Retail Talks. Retail Talks is actually kind of micro podcast. I would like to call it like that because our target is to keep it short, simple, and sharp. And we want to discuss topics which are really in the moment interesting, especially for us as a members of the industry, and of course for the retailers, also part of the retail industry. And today the topic that we want to discuss is TikTok. Everybody knows TikTok, of course. But today we want to take a bird perspective, let's say, and to analyze, is TikTok maybe becoming the new king of e-commerce? And at the end, we will have again the question, and we will ask Mitul, and I will ask myself as well, of course. What do we think? Is it like that or not? This is the question that we want to discuss. But before we answer that question, let me give you a short overview and the bird perspective as I see it in the moment. So what we see in the moment, we see lots of happenings around TikTok from the political point of view, from the technical point of view, and so on and so on. But what I think to see is that the social platform like TikTok is just changing to the something which is maybe even e-commerce platform or shopping, live stream shopping platform or something like that. Pretty much unique. I don't see something similar around us. And that's why I see a lot of things which could be very successful in the future. If we just take the situation which is happening in UK, for example, where some people, some sellers, and some retailers are really successful, and I mean really, really successful. Let me just give you an example. Lidl opened a store, let's say, or shopping area in TikTok, and they sold within 18 minutes 3,000 items, just like that. This is huge. And of course, the other retailers are jumping on that train as well, like Walmart, Target, Zara. All of them are doing something in the area of social selling, social commerce, especially on the TikTok. So the things are happening. If we take the platform itself, then we can see that they are just implementing in the moment new features, shopping features, e-commerce features in the countries like Italy, Germany, France, and we know about the plans for Japan and Brazil. So they are getting really aggressively international. So something is going on over there. If we take the other side and if we analyze what's happening actually around TikTok, then we see a massive movements or strategies that are maybe even targeting to stop the TikTok in the kind of expansion plans which they have. Just take the US as example, and everybody knows about the politics which are going on in the moment over there. Maybe it will be successful, maybe they will stop the TikTok expansion, I don't know. At the same time, you should know that TikTok is exactly in US testing the products like product subscriptions. So this means they are even innovating. Not only that they are creating e-commerce platforms where you can buy the items, they are already innovating there as well, implementing the topics like product subscription, which is totally new for the social commerce platform like they are. And then we have rumors about huge investments in AI, which could change even more the landscape of TikTok. But the competition is also not sleeping. So Instagram just released more or less the application called Edits, which is like a indirect competition with the video editing tool from TikTok. So the competition is not sleeping. There are even new competitors, like, for example, Whatnot. So the question is, will all that change the landscape of e-commerce? Will TikTok become the new master of the game and take the market share from all other e-commerce giants? Or it will remain maybe just a social network as we know it today. I'm not sure. What do you think, Mitu?
So I think TikTok will. Let me maybe I'll frame it a bit better, right? Rather than just giving you a yes or no, because that's too easy. Huh?
That we will come back to that question.
I think people buy with their eyes nowadays. Well, they've always bought with their eyes, right? And you want to meet people where they spend their time. If you look at the statistics from screen time in the last 10 years, let's say, there was a while where a lot of the screen time was going to social networks like Facebook. Then that sort of reduced. Mobile became a thing. Screen time started going more into Instagram and WhatsApp. And then you see the last 5 years, and screen time has been massively growing. And also, the share of screen time is growing massively for TikTok, Reels, and a bit of Snapchat, right? So, what that's telling me is a lot of people are spending a lot of their time looking day in and day out at TikTok. You have a lot of people who make content for there and don't really have a way to make money off that right now. So, they need a way to make money. And obviously, you have the world of commerce, the retailers, the brands who are always looking to get in front of the eyeballs of the customers, right? So you have these three ingredients, which when you combine them, you have the most potent combination that I've ever seen in the world of commerce. People who are just sitting there mindlessly, hours on end, watching that content. Influencers who are putting products to them because they want to sell something and make money for themselves. And brands who are saying, look, you find a funny, smart way to make a video about my product and get 1,000 people to buy it. I'm more than happy to give you a commission for that. And so you have the perfect combination. The brands don't need to spend a lot of money and time on agencies figuring out ad campaigns and creating high quality content to sell their products that maybe customers see or maybe they won't see. The influencers can now use their creativity to make a lot of money, and the consumers, I mean, the number of times I've been watching a reel or a TikTok and thinking that product looks really cool, I wonder where I can buy it. And now I have a button right there saying, here, click it, buy it from Darko's shop. Amazing. This can only become massive. And, there'll be all this political stuff about banning it, blah, blah, blah. But maybe it won't be TikTok. Maybe tomorrow it'll be Reels. But this concept that we're going to be spending the next years until the next cool thing comes along, maybe in VR, watching this content. And the number of times I've deleted the app and reinstalled it is very embarrassing. So I'm not going to say the number because it's so addictive. We're spending all that time on there. It's great content. We're engaging with it. And if you then make it so easy for me to press a button and complete that transaction, I mean, that's magic.
This means the answer, very simple answer to a very simple question is yes, right?
100%.
That's exactly my point. And we agree again. So, and you explained it perfectly. The e-commerce, or yeah, let's start with e-commerce. E-commerce platforms don't have what social platforms, social networks have, and this is the masses of the people which are spending their time over there with engagement and attention, which is over there. They would love to have it, but they don't have it. The social networks, they have all that, and now they are adding the shopping features, so they will have a killer applications, I'm totally sure, and no need for me or for you to leave the application to buy something. So that's what you just explained, and that's why I totally agree with you. So the Amazon from the future is actually TikTok of today, right?
I mean, and if you think about it, right, like until now, or even right now, for me, if I want to buy something online, 90% of the time, I probably first go to Amazon and look for it there. And either if I don't find what I want or I want something very niche, I'll go look for it somewhere else. So if you're a random e-commerce player or a random brand, you're already not getting those eyeballs unless you're on the big platform. But at the same time, once I go to Amazon and I complete my purchase, I leave Amazon because I have no reason to spend time on that website. On TikTok, I'll watch a reel, I'll buy that beautiful product, and I'll watch the next reel and the next reel and the next TikTok. And
Exactly.
that's what's I think groundbreakingly different, right? The platform at the end of the day is a means to people's attention. And if you
Yes.
have the ultimate attention grab, building in the operational elements of e-commerce, that's not hard anymore. That's solved.
Yes. Let's add some value on top of this discussion even more. Let's talk about our businesses and the use of the TikTok in our world. Are you using TikTok in your business as a business, not as a private person, as a business?
Not at the moment.
Not in the moment. So we are using that, and I will tell you also why. I'm not using it because I think that the people will buy the fiscal middleware from the TikTok. That they will never do that, of course, because we are B2B. solution dedicated to the big systems and so on. And I'm sure they will not go to the TikTok to buy fiscal middleware or to arrange the connection with us. But what is happening in the moment, and this is based on the research which I read couple of months ago, the people, especially the younger people, are using TikTok as a search engine. So
Hmm.
one of the biggest competitors from Google and other search engines is actually TikTok and other social networks. So that's why I was thinking, okay, if the TikTok is now the search engine of the future, it's not bad to be over there, because then if somebody is looking to find something about retail fiscalization and so on, I will pop up and maybe this could become an interesting topic. So I think we need to change the way how we treat the social networks. It's not anymore just a tool where you spend your time just like that. The young people are even learning the language on that. Can you imagine that? My daughter, she is learning Mandarin in the moment, and she just showed me a couple of days ago how is she using TikTok to do that. There is a filter, like those filters which are making you very beautiful, like me, like with the hair and these kind of things. There is a filter which is animated and which is actually showing you the pictures of the words in Mandarin, in Chinese, and you have to click on, I don't know which kind of translations or whatever, and even to pronounce the word by yourself. If you did it on the right way, there you get the 5 points or whatever, and at the end you collect the points. So this means the filters which we know on the TikTok, they are used to develop kind of application intelligence for even other cases than just for the videos and short messages that you are doing. I was so surprised about that. And that showed me that the old guys like we are, that we have to understand the social networks and especially TikTok totally differently. It's much more than just a short video platform.
100%.
Yeah, so my friend, tomorrow start TikToking.
I'll need to use a lot of filters.
Me too. Me too. I will start with hair and beautifiers or something like that.
Well, that makes sense, and I think you have a good sense for where to go for the social networks, right? I think you were doing things on Twitter for a long time. You're already still active there,
Yes,
um,
I am.
on LinkedIn and other channels. And just in addition to what you mentioned, right? Someone pointed a thing out to me recently that really stuck with me. They're like, of course, in the work context, people are going to LinkedIn, right? They're not looking for a fiscal solution maybe on TikTok, but they are spending time on those channels anyways, right?
Right.
When I'm not in my office and thinking about work and I'm sitting on the couch with the TV on, what am I doing? I am also scrolling TikTok and Instagram. And it's not like if I see something relevant there for work, I'm not going to think about it, right? I'm not
Hmm.
going to like, oh, I'm in leisure mode. So this really interesting fiscal reel, I'm going to ignore it. No, I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to see
Right.
your face on there. I'm going to be like, I trust this guy. He seems to know what he's talking about. And then I'm going to see you on LinkedIn the next day. And I'm going to be like, wait, I know this guy from somewhere. And he said something really intelligent yesterday. I'm going to follow
Right.
him. It makes a lot of sense.
And don't forget, the youth from today are the customers from tomorrow. So tomorrow, those guys will lead the companies, and if they are used on TikToks and this kind of social networks to do also the search and to follow the people, they will continue doing it even if they are 35 years old.
100%.
So that's the reason why I think it's the right moment, absolutely right moment to invest time and to do some things from the business point of view as well.
So
Yeah,
both of us
good.
are yes for TikTok, huh?
Absolutely, yes. And we agree again. So no drama today, no
We need to
fights.
find the topic we don't agree on.
We have to discuss it before and then to find a topic where we could discuss a little bit, like in drama and fight and so on. Mitul, thank you so much. We are also today again in time, less than 20 minutes. It's exactly our target time, between 15 and 20 minutes. So perfect. A real micro podcast. Thank you very much for today's session.
Thank you.
Let's do next session again. I mean, next week, of course, on Thursday, not just now. For today, it's okay. And guys, thank you for watching us. If you want to connect with us, please use our social networks. TikTok, maybe not yet, but soon as well. So
Soon.
thank you so much and see you soon again. Bye.
All right. Thank you.